Hey, everybody. Welcome to Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk, Volume 24. We got a very exciting guest on the show, but before we get to that, let's welcome the other two guys, Reese and JJ. What's going on, boys?
What's up, Guy?
Not much. Just living a dream here in Pennsylvania. What's up, Jay? Are you not talking or what?
Loving life.
There you go. That's what I like to hear, buddy. So,
It's in Wisconsin right now, but
yeah, we'd be better if we were in Wisconsin, right? Yeah. All right. So tonight's guest, guys, he's going viral with his video with him and LA Knight, and he is a weatherman with love of wrestling. If you have been on TikTok, I'm sure you've seen a video, and if not, guess what? I got the video for you right here, guys.
Let me talk to you.
Let me talk to you about
And I see two guys who are as useless as basketball cleats.
rain gauge, and we see one thing that's about as useless as a pair of basketball cleats, because we didn't really get that much in the way of rain. But
He wants to call himself a megastar. No.
if you think we'll have more mornings like this ahead, we have some very...
Because that case has my name on it.
And said that forecast has my name on it.
With everybody saying.
The morning, with everybody saying that it's a very comfortable start. Yeah.
I absolutely love that, man. You know,
that never gets old. That's one of those videos where if you're having a shitty day, just look that up and watch it. If you're a wrestling
Yes.
fan. Yeah.
listen, I was laying in bed and I watched it at least 100 times over and over and over. And Jay, I think I talked to you the next day. I said, I got to see if I can get this guy on the podcast. I messaged him and he responded, and guess what? We got him. Hello, Mike. How are you?
I am wonderful. And well, I know that Jay was saying that it'd be great to be in Wisconsin right now. Well, I'm doing pretty great because that's where I am.
Very cool. Well,
Yeah.
welcome. We appreciate you coming on to Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk and talking a little bit about this video of yours, and we'll talk a little bit of wrestling.
Sounds like a plan.
So, anyway, before we get started, Mike, tonight's show is brought to you by. Let's see, where are we at? It is Moo Arcade Games in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, 918 Chestnut Street, 814-244-2836. Contact Derek; he'll get you set up. So anyway, Mike, first off, I got to ask you, is LA Knight your favorite wrestler right now?
Right now, I would say yes. Historically, I don't know if that was going to be the next question, but I'd have to say historically, I would say Edge is probably my favorite of all time. Just, that comeback in 2020 was just incredible.
Okay.
Nobody expected that.
Mm-hmm.
What did you say, Jay?
Nobody expected that.
Right. Yeah. So, how long have you been a wrestling fan, Mike?
Oh, I have been a wrestling fan since I was probably 5 or 6, Attitude Era time frame, and my dad got me hooked on it. It was just kind of like a way to hang out with my dad, and my mom hated it just because, it was Attitude Era stuff that kids my age should not have been watching. But my dad didn't care, and it was just a little bonding time with my old man. So
Very cool.
So Do you realize that we were almost in our 20s when he just got into wrestling? Attitude Era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I wasn't allowed watching the Attitude Era.
I was surprised that I was, but like I said, I think my dad went to bat for me. If it was up to my mom, there's no way I would have been watching it.
That's funny. You said about Edge is your favorite wrestler, but so is there anybody else that you enjoy watching wrestler-wise?
I'd have to say anybody with like a technical style, like Kurt Angle. He was pretty cool, Pittsburgh boy. I would say, Chad Gable is pretty fun to watch. The Alpha Academy storyline it seemed to go stale and then all of a sudden just picked up steam like that. So they're a fun tag team to watch. And Otis was always seemingly a misfit, but when he found the Alpha Academy thing too, I think that he found his thing.
Right. Reese, you have a question for Mike?
What other wrestlers have you incorporated into while you're doing the forecast and stuff?
I've done Stone Cold. That one was tough because that was just like one that I had to find a promo that was clean, on air appropriate. So I
a little
used a
sample
couple
of that,
things.
Mike?
What's that?
Could you give us a little sample of that?
Yeah. So it was when he was talking to Michael Cole, and he's like, "So I went down in Dallas, Texas, and I went to a bar, and I was a little thirsty," and I kept adding crowd what's in there. And
I did see that one.
Low pressure rolled into Western Wisconsin the other day. What? So it started raining. What? Rain came in front ways. What? Backwards. What?
Hilarious.
My most recent one I did on Thursday, I believe. It was either Wednesday or Thursday. I did one of The Rock. And so shared that one around. And there's a few. It wasn't all from one promo. It was from a few different ones because kind of the same story. I can't say something about Mother Nature could take this drought and turn it sideways and shove it, where. Can't really say that on air either. So had to cherry pick a couple different promos for that.
That's great. That's funny.
Jay,
do you have a question?
Yes. So as far as
oh no!
Oh, we lost him again.
Who is it? What happened?
We'll wait for him to come back on. Yeah.
You there, Jay?
We can't hear you.
What?
This batteries die. This batteries in the AirPods might.
All right. I took him out. Let's
There he is.
here's how Jay.
I heard something. Oh,
Still can't hear him. Anyway, that was me. So, what made you do this video with you and LA Knight? Like, what gave you the motivation or whatever to do this?
so the whole thing started with there's the chief meteorologist in Houston. His name's Adam Kruger. He did like a whole bunch of these videos of like incorporating song lyrics and stuff. So anyways, I had like a bunch of viewers and some of my friends that had sent me his videos and said, you should do this. And so I did like one song first, and I put even at the top of it, I was like, my tribute to Adam Kruger. And I mean, it was okay. It went, there's a couple thousand views on it or whatever. But anyways, the one day I was just talking to Leanne, our anchor, and was just like, hey, or I showed her this wrestling promo. It was not too long after the Money in the Bank, and I showed her, I was like, you got to see this guy. It's so funny. And it was that promo that he cut on Logan Paul. And so it was like 5:30. I work the morning shift, so our show starts at 4:30. And it was like during the 5:30 half hour, I was like, I could probably incorporate some of these lines into my forecast. I'm going to see if I can. And if it sounds stupid, then c'est la vie. But if it sounds great, well, then maybe I'll make a little TikTok video out of it. And I just started one day, just kept coming right after another. And I was like, all right, you know what? I think I got enough for some content here.
It was definitely good.
Oh, absolutely. So has anybody else reached out to you and wanted to talk to you about this video or anything like that?
Yeah, I talked to Tom from Cultaholic and talked with him last week or the week prior. I don't know if you guys talked to him before. Real fun guy to talk to, though. That was a fun one. And then there's someone else who's trying to set something up with me too. And I was like, I'm just a huge wrestling fan, and it's kind of cool. Like all of these like places that I get wrestling news and rumors and stuff from, they're reaching out to me and like, oh, can you talk to me about this? I'm like, you are the people that I always want you to talk to me, and now you want me to talk to you. This is kind of cool.
Oh, that's awesome. Welcome back, Jay. Can you hear us?
Oh, can you hear me?
Hey, I heard something.
Yep.
Mike, I apologize. I don't know what the hell is going on. I'm gonna have
No
to talk to
worries.
my IT department.
I think whoever your IT department is, you need to fire them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna clean house here shortly.
I would too. Jay, did you have any another question for Mike or?
I started to, and then everything went fucking haywire. So as far as the current product, man, are you an AEW fan, or are you WWE, or do you like both, or?
I try to catch up with AEW. It's just hard because I go to bed so early because I have to be up for work at 2:30. And so it's like a lot of the stuff, like I can't really watch Raw either. I catch some highlights here and there, but I do a lot of reading, results from the night before, whatever. But I try to catch SmackDown when I can. Yeah, I try to, because especially like Jim Ross, like he was a staple of when I was a kid watching wrestling. Hearing his commentary on AEW is kind of cool. The same with Taz,
Well, this is an all AEW podcast. You ain't allowed to talk bad about AEW or anything like that. Just so you're aware.
Totally
Everyone's saying
true.
I need to do an MJF promo, and I'm like, fighting Stone Cold was hard enough.
MJF would be hard with all his. He should incorporate his snorting a line of coke with Hogan.
That would be money. Oh, that's
It'll be
funny.
easier. It'll be easier to cut an MJF promo when it snows.
Yeah. So, Mike, obviously you said you're from Wisconsin. What are you drinking there?
It's just some ginger ale. It's a school night, as I call it.
Oh, okay.
My beer of choice, I did actually have some earlier. Leinenkugels is 10 minutes away from my house here in Chippewa Falls. And, their big, like, flagship product, if you will, that everybody knows is Summer Shandy, or at least everybody that knows Leinenkugels knows their Summer Shandy.
Okay.
But they have some other good beers there, too. Honey Vice is probably my favorite there. They have that year-round, of course, but they got all these different kinds, and it's Oktoberfest season coming up, so that gets me excited.
Absolutely.
Side note, Larry, do you remember when we filmed that commercial at Woodside, and
Yes.
I kept having to drink that summer shandy?
Yes.
How many takes, and that something was always wrong. That was the
Yeah.
nastiest goddamn beer I've ever had in my life.
Well, I don't think
And
you
the one
upgraded
Jimmy.
either.
Holy crap.
You haven't upgraded either. What? Jay, we can't hear you again. Anyway, his beer of choice is Natty Daddies, if you ever heard of that.
Oh yeah, Natty Light.
Yes. Yes, that's it.
I got Bush in my fridge too, so I don't have much room to talk.
Yeah. So, do you attend any wrestling shows, like indie shows where you're at or anything?
I've like dabbled. I'd like to go to more, but I'm getting a little too busy now. I have a side job as a realtor, believe it or not. So
Okay.
Who was it that Ryan Mansion in Wisconsin? Was it Lil Wayne? But you know, I could sell you a mansion in Wisconsin.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, I'd like to see more. It's funny. There's I can't remember what it is. When I scroll through TikTok, I see their videos all the time. But it's comparing indie and pro wrestling, and they'll like do the chops or whatever, and it's like, this is professional wrestling. They'll do the knife edge chops, and same thing. You get the woo, and then you do like 3 or 4 more, and then it's like, this is indie knife edge chops. Then you do the one, and you see the one guy just going like this, and the other guy checking his phone. Hey, so I'm gonna be late because I just gave a chop, and I'm probably gonna be here a little too long. I did one too many chops, so you can eat dinner without me.
Oh, that's funny.
It is kind of funny, the like the selling in indie shows though. Like I've gone to a few, and they are pretty fun to watch.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So a funny story. Me and Reese went to a wrestling show last night down near Pittsburgh, and it was storming pretty bad here. And I made the joke to Reese. I said, you know, if we get a tornado, I'm hanging on to something, because I mean, we're in this big massive gym, and it was storming pretty good. And you know, I made that as a joke. Well, today somebody posted. The National Weather Service posted that there was a tornado on the ground about 15 minutes away where we were, Reese?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was close.
Down by like Bentleyville and
Yeah.
Uniontown and stuff.
Now let me get Bentleyville. That's down by Little Washington, right?
Yep.
There we go. See, I know the area. Vaguely.
Yeah, there was it's called IWC. Like they trained like Wardlow and Britt Baker.
Mm-hmm.
So we went there, and that's in Elizabeth. It's not too far from like Washington and stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's so cool, though.
Yeah, it was crazy. You know, like I said, I made a joke about it, and here we almost had it.
Yeah.
So,
there's. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to say, Jeff Jenkins, he's on our Facebook, and he says the only beer I drink is birch beer, ginger beer, and root beer.
Oh, I can't do ginger beer. My wife, she loves Moscow Mules, but I can't do it. There's just the taste of ginger beer I can't do.
Reese, you have anything else?
Like
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So last year you heard with I guess the big storyline was, you know, McMahon stepped down and Triple H took over. So with that being said, do you like, or what are your thoughts on Triple H's version of WWE compared to, all the years of McMahon's WWE?
I'll put it this way. I think I like the product that Triple H put out more. The thing that I may not like necessarily as much as I like the idea of the long-term storytelling. Sometimes though, I think things get a little too dragged out. Like
Bloodline.
Yeah, seriously. The bloodline, if they would have ended it with the Sami Zayn chair shot and then just all the thing just crumbled from there, that would have been perfect. Like, the perfect ending that you couldn't write any better. But now I will say the Jey Uso thing, after saying deuces or however he worded it, deuces, ooses, that was it. And said that he quit WWE. I'm like, okay, that has me intrigued, but like, I don't like how long it's been dragged out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was rumored that, him and Jimmy wanted to have their own little feud and it culminated at WrestleMania, but it's only Payback, not WrestleMania. You still have 5-6
so it's
months.
like they're going to have to find a way to drag it out that long. And, they, in theory, they could have had that at this year's WrestleMania with, because that was the Royal Rumble, I believe, where Sammy hit the chair shot on Roman. They could have had everything fall apart there and have the Usos feud with one another at this past year's WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I mean, I get it from their perspective. Like the Usos, they want to have that feud culminate at the grandest stage. And at this point, the only way to do that is like, okay, maybe have, I'm not necessarily the fan of like the 3 big time matches, like the Cody and Brock feud that had to have the rubber match and everything. If it's done well, I like it, but sometimes I think it's a little overdone. But maybe if they can set it up right, have the rubber match at WrestleMania.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna, it's gonna drag out another 6 or 8 months. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough.
Yeah. Reese, do you have anything else?
I saw something about Jay's contract expiring this month too, so that's what it raised a few more questions from me on that.
And Josh Fatu is all elite.
Yeah.
He ain't going anywhere.
No, he's not, especially since the Anoa'i family as a whole, like they are WWE.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Reese, you have anything else before we move on to our rapid fire segment for Mike?
No.
Okay.
Good.
So, Mike, we do this thing. It's called rapid fire. I'm going to give you a wrestler, and you, whatever comes to the top of your head, the first thought, just go ahead and blurt it out.
Oh boy! All right.
All right. So, first one is CM Punk.
Trash.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Not only is this an all AEW podcast, we don't talk trash on CM Punk either. I forgot to give you the memo. Wow.
Yeah, you said first thing that comes to mind.
Well, I didn't think you was going to say that. Man.
Bubba even liked that comment.
All right, Cody Rhodes.
Interesting.
Rey Mysterio Jr.
Short.
Orange Cassidy.
Underrated.
Okay. FTR.
Not a fan.
Really? Oh,
Not a fan.
we gotta talk about this a little bit.
Right.
So you're not a fan of the best tag team in the world right now?
I don't know.
Why?
I think that I mean, I'm not saying they're bad, or I'm not saying they're terrible. I'm not saying they're bad. I just don't like them. There's what? No way.
Yeah, those are.
Oh, now I'm getting hated.
Yes. Yes.
It's warranted. All right. It's warranted.
Yeah, you said you were a fan of technical wrestlers. They're
Yeah.
a technical tag team. Man.
This is my heel turn.
Big Show heel turn, or
Yeah.
Wow. So, all right. So, if you had to pick a tag team, who would be your favorite tag team right now?
Oh, right now. I don't know.
can't say the Usos. 'Cause I don't know
No, well,
anyone.
can't say that. I don't know. I would have to say, because I liked the Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, because I love the history. It goes beyond WWE. They went on the Indies together, and they went back and forth, bitter enemies, good friends. But now they're both hurt. But I would have to say that they're just like the whole story that goes beyond wrestling. I like them as a tag team.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely got some heat for that comment. Wow.
It was warranted, but
All right, last one for me, and then maybe Reese will give you a few. Roman Reigns.
annoying.
Oh, okay. Reese, how about you got any for him?
Seth Rollins.
Out there.
Well, you're in Wisconsin, so here's one that's close to you. What about Brock?
Cowboy Brock, or are we talking like old, like Brock from like the mid 2000s?
The next big thing, Brock.
Not quite confident, but
Oh,
Cowboy Brock. I mean, he wasn't the next big thing. He needed Paul Heyman on as his microphone, basically. Great wrestler, but wasn't the greatest on the mic yet. Kind of like face Roman Reigns, but maybe not that cringe. But now that with Cowboy Brock and he can kind of be himself, I love Cowboy Brock.
This one
hang on, Reese. I got one for him. So we'll stay with Wisconsin. What about Mr. Kennedy?
Mr. Anderson.
Yes, Kennedy.
I speaking of on the microphone, that guy, I loved hearing him talk. I like that guy.
Awesome. Bubba Brewer says, what about TJ Watt since he's from Wisconsin?
Well, I love TJ Watt because I'm a Steelers fan. So
Yeah. Oh, okay. Awesome. Well,
And
I can
Reese, I'm
cross
sorry,
that
but
next question out.
I was going to say Reese would like that I am about an hour from Minneapolis, but I don't hate the Vikings, even though I live in Wisconsin. I'm a lot closer to Minneapolis than I am to Green Bay. Green Bay is about 3 hours from me, but I'm a Steelers fan through it all.
Awesome. And anybody that's watching right now, we were talking to Mike before we went live, and he used to come to the Johnstown Chiefs games here in Johnstown. You said with your dad, correct?
Yep, Dad's from McKeesport.
So it's crazy how it's a small world.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a little bit of Johnstown in you.
A little bit of Johnstown.
Yeah.
I don't know if I
Yes.
could go around the world saying that, but
I agree.
Well, I don't see how many people would be saying they have some Eau Claire in them either, or Chippewa Falls. But hey,
Bubba Brewer says, okay, I can like him now, laugh out loud, but the FTR, I can't believe it.
Well, hey,
I
maybe
don't know. I like Dax, but I don't know. I can't get behind Cash.
Oh,
That's
All right.
that's why. And I'm still gonna get hate for that. I know, but it is what it is.
right. So, Mike, if you watch podcasts or anything, Bubba Brewer has a few podcasts he does. Go ahead and check him out. You can find him on my Facebook. I share a lot of his stuff. He has a Steelers podcast and he has a wrestling podcast. Very good. He won an award for being, I believe, third. I think he got third or fourth place for podcast. So,
Wow.
check him out if you get a chance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
He knows his shit.
Yeah,
Well, that's
and
good.
he's a former pro wrestler. Yeah, and if you tune into the MegaCast, you'll see me again because I'm on his podcast.
Now
So-
I hear Bubba Brewer. Don't tell me, I open up the podcast or whatever, and then I just see Bubba Ray staring right back at me, right? We're not talking that, are we?
No, absolutely not.
I was gonna say I don't think that Bully Ray is a Steelers fan, but maybe he is. I don't know.
Bubba is the biggest Steeler fan that you'll ever find ever.
Well, then I'll be among friends.
Yes.
Bubba said he's better looking than Bully Ray.
That's not a hard bar to beat.
Yeah, so definitely check him out.
Will do.
All right, so now we're going to move on to a little bit of fun with you, Mike. These are going to be random questions. Some may be weird, some may not be weird. But
Okay.
are you a wings guy? Do you like chicken wings?
Well, I actually just went to Buffalo Wild Wings today,
Oh, nice.
for what that's worth.
All right. Now, are you a flats guy or are you a drums guy?
I would have to say I'm probably a flats guy. I think there's more meat, but drummies are easier to dip.
Okay. All right. What's your favorite flavor wing?
Mango habanero.
Oh, so you like them a little bit spicy.
Yeah, there's. It's kind of funny, and if she hears me, then she's gonna, probably come down here and yell at me. But I like the real spicy stuff, and I always joke and say that my wife thinks mayonnaise is spicy.
Oh, that's
She
great.
clearly didn't hear me, otherwise she'd be down here by now.
Yeah. All right. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Oh gosh, you're asking the tough ones. And I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this one. I say yes.
Yes.
Damn.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Now,
I like the
bonus
sweet and
question.
savory.
All right, bonus question. What about pickle pizza? Do you like pickle pizza?
See, I don't like pickles, so
Oh,
Yeah. See,
Oh,
now you
man.
came back with
the
that.
only time I'll eat pickles, and it's really weird. The only time I'll eat pickles is on a Culver's Butterburger. I like, you can take me to McDonald's, Burger King, any other fast food joint. I won't get pickles on it. But if I go to Culver's and get their Butterburger, I won't ask for without pickles. So I don't know why. It's just that's the one time I will eat pickles.
okay.
That's a good one.
Well, my next question was going to be, are you a Packers fan? But you obviously answered that. You're a Steelers fan. So,
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, the last question I got for you, with you being a weather guy, have you had any close encounters with a tornado?
I have, yes. I got a couple pictures of one, but it was on an Android phone. And now I have an iPhone. And, well, I couldn't get those pictures to transfer over, and I didn't think to email them to myself or anything, so lost them. But, yeah, I was able to get some good footage and not find myself in a hail core, which was awesome.
So, how close was you?
I would say half a mile to a mile.
Oh, and how big? Like a F1 or how big was it?
It wasn't a great one. I would say, I mean, NWS would have likely verified probably an EF1 at best.
Oh, okay.
But it was still something.
Right. That's very cool.
Yeah. I don't really storm chase much anymore, but I'm one of the different types of meteorologists. I mean, every meteorologist loves severe weather. Don't get me wrong. I do too. But I actually really, really enjoy forecasting winter weather. I feel like, when you have those synoptic scale or larger scale systems, it's like really putting together a giant puzzle in trying to figure out, okay, where's the heaviest bands of snow going to set up? Who's going to get the most snow out of this? How much moisture are we actually working with? And, all of that. And I just love forecasting winter weather. Maybe not enjoy experiencing it very much, but forecasting it is fun.
Very cool. Reese, do you have any last questions for Mike?
What's the most amount of snow you guys have gotten up there?
Well, this past April, it was kind of funny. So there's a town that is about 45 minutes to an hour from me, Black River Falls, it's called. They, towards the middle to end of April, they got 2 feet of snow in one system. And right after, so my first job out of college, I went to college at St. Cloud State in Minnesota. And my first job out of college was in Bismarck, North Dakota. And I'm actually representing North Dakota right now. But
Nice.
Anyways, a couple months after I had left, there was a system that rolled through that brought about 3 feet of snow over the course of a couple days to parts of western North Dakota. And I was like, if I stayed there for like 3 or 4 months more, I could have been a part of this.
That's awesome.
And what are your thoughts on Logan Paul?
I think having him as a heel is pretty good, because they tried to do that face thing with him and Roman, and it just didn't work. But I know that he gets a lot of time to prepare for matches and stuff, more so than like your weekly, everyday wrestlers. But that being said, he still puts on an amazing show with some of the stuff that he can do. Don says great show, and I don't know if he means this or if he means what Logan Paul can put on, but
he means us.
He hates Logan Paul. That's why I asked you that question, to see if you could.
No, I mean, he puts on a really good match, and again, that is mostly because he has all that time to prepare for it. But generally, that it's going to be a good match. I'd like to see what he can do if he was an everyday guy. He probably wouldn't be putting on near those matches, but I'd like to see what he could do in that position.
Right. All right, Mike, before we let you go, is there anything that you want to plug, like any of your social medias, or you want to give out any shout outs or anything like that?
Well, I'll just give a quick shout out to my people in Western Pennsylvania and Central Minnesota. What's up, guys? And I will plug my social media. My Facebook is Mike D'Andrea -WEAU. I have my TikTok, which is just Real Mike D'Andrea, and my Twitter, MD'AndreaWX, and that's that. Awesome.
Well, Mike, we appreciate you coming on and talking a little bit of wrestling and weather with us. And, we absolutely love your videos that you're making. Keep doing them. And, hopefully you'll get another TikTok that goes viral and we'll have to get you on again.
I was going to say my rock one is doing pretty well, so you'll have to check that one out.
Okay. I definitely will. And I will share it in our wrestling group page also.
Sounds like a plan.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you taking time out of your day and talking with us, Mike.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on the show, guys.
Absolutely. And we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Talk to you guys soon.
Have a good night.
You too.
Thanks. And there you go, guys. Mike D'Andrea, did I say that right? D'Andrea. Yeah, D'Andrea. Let's move this. Man, was he fun to talk to.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool, man. That was cool. You wouldn't think that a TikTok video going viral would
give you all these opportunities, like
yes.
said,
Thank you. Yes. Yep. Absolutely. It's a shame that we couldn't have Jay on because I'm sure he would have loved hearing some of those things that
he might have got pissed about FTR.
Oh yeah, he probably would end up leaving anyway over that FTR comment. But we got to get him figured out so that we can have him on more when he is on, so that he doesn't have any technical difficulties. We got to get him figured out.
Yeah.
But who's that Robert Springer guy? I don't know who that is. I wish he would put a plug in it. Oh wait, is that the one that has the hot wife? Is that him? I wonder if that's him. I think that is him. The Springer with the hot Asian wife. Or am I thinking of somebody else?
Who's this Facebook user down here? Is this Mike? Mike from Imagine?
No, it was Jeffrey Jenkins.
That's Jerry's long lost cousin. He's talking about Springer. You know it. I can pull smoking hot ass.
Yeah. To be honest, Rob, I don't see you pulling anything. Anyway, besides a hamstring. That's the only thing you're pulling. IWC was good last night, Bubba. Duke came back.
Yeah. Aside from the 25-minute promo from fucking Team Storm. Like, I'm not going to talk shit on them or nothing, but, they were – a certain individual was plastered before the show started.
Andy was plastered while he was in the ring and still drinking.
Yeah, they're throwing fireball shots in there. Hey, whatever. But
you know what? I don't give a shit what you do or whatever. But when you're in a spotlight like that and you got kids in attendance, I don't think you should do that. Now, that maybe that's just me, but and I'm going to be honest. It was not a work. You can tell that he was obviously drunk, and I'll let it at that. I mean, I don't care what they do, but I tell you what.
Sandman can pull it off. That was his thing. But
just let me say this, Reese, and I said this to you last night. He should have been embarrassed.
Yeah,
that was very
before he even. Remember when he went to get out of the ring and he got hung up on the top rope and.
Yeah. Yeah. It was an embarrassment. And
But to go on a better note, it was nice to see Duke Davis come back. You know, he took an extended leave for personal reasons, and
right.
his return was welcomed. It gave me chills. It was cool.
Absolutely. Now, hang on. I'm trying to find something, Reese, and I'm gonna share it to the group. And I think you know what I'm gonna share a picture of. And I want to show everybody this picture. Last night, who we thought was up top.
Oh.
All right, just give me 1 second here. I gotta send it to my Facebook, and then I can get it from that. So, Reese, go ahead and talk for one minute about IWC, and I'll be right back.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Like the cage matches were nice, or were good. Bill Collier wrestled, I think his name's Isaiah Bonner, in the steel cage match. And that was back and forth. Hard fought win. Bill ended up winning. Tito and Mambo Italiano won the tag belts off of Brotherly Love. I was glad to see that. Jimmy Vegas came back. I don't know too much about him. Larry can talk about that. And then the main event was Jock Sampson was fighting the owner of IWC, Justin Plummer. Justin Plummer's been screwing Jock for months, and Justin did everything he could. And then that, into the match there, it led to Duke coming back, making his turn, and then Jock won, so he was able to, keep his job at IWC.
Right. And they also they released some of the names that's going to be in for the Super Indie tournament.
Oh, yeah.
So they introduced Hammerstone is going to be there for the Super Indie tournament. Trey Miguel. Miguel. Thanks. And who else?
The Ass Boy won the qualifying match.
Right, but wasn't there one more guy though that they announced?
Oh, it was I can't remember his name, but he was from out in like California and stuff.
Oh, that's right. So they got that coming up in October. I want to say October 7th.
Yeah.
So now this is what we were talking about last night. And Reese, I believe you noticed it last night, and you said to me, look up in the rafters. Who is that? Well, this is what we saw. So that is what we saw. Now, this was during the Gannon-Jones match, and we both said that looks like Duke. Am I right?
Yeah. And you even zoomed in, and it was a clear picture and everything.
Yes.
And he did not move for the longest time.
No, and I said, are you sure it's real? I think I said that to you.
Yeah.
Because he was not moving a bunch. I didn't see him breathing, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, but it got weird. He took his mask off at one point, and then he kind of, I said to you, kind of looks like, I said it looks like Raven, but it wasn't. And then he put his mask back on.
Yeah. He looked like a gory dude. You know who I'm talking about?
Jason Gorey, but Gorey's smaller. Yeah. That was a big dude. So I don't know what that was about. If anybody else saw that, feel free to chime in and leave us a comment. Yeah, Bubba says, wow, Jimmy Vegas. Yeah, Jimmy, I haven't seen Jimmy Vegas in years. Still a big dude. Now, I don't want to speculate anything, but he left his mask in the middle of the ring and walked out. So I don't know if that was his last match. I'm not real sure. I don't want to speculate or say he's retired or anything, but that happened. Hammerstone versus Big Time for the title. Now, I think Hammerstone's he's in the Super Indie tournament.
Yeah.
So he won't be facing Big Time, but that would be a good match.
I think that's going to draw a good crowd for that.
Yeah. They should split up that tag team, the main event. Well, they already were split up because Duke took some time off for personal reasons.
Yeah, Gannon still has a reset button, doesn't he?
Oh yes, you're right. Yeah.
Oh, and Flip Gordon was there. He had a good match with Spencer.
Yeah.
Because Spencer has a high stakes championship, and it was contested under Slade rules, like no top rope maneuvers and stuff. And then Flip ended up giving him like an RVD kick off the top rope, and the ref called for the bell. But I mean, that was the first time seeing Flip, so that was good.
Yeah. He did his whole flipping back and forth in the ring, which was cool to see. I mean, I've seen it a few times on TV, but never saw it in person. And then Matt Cross was there. I said to you last night, I remember seeing Matt Cross when he was about 19, 20 years old when he came to Johnstown with IWC. They had a big event at the War Memorial. I know Jay was there because that's when he saw CM Punk there and stuff. But Matt Cross looked a little slow last night. Definitely age is catching up to him, I think. I mean, still a good performer, just a tad bit slower, you know. I don't think he can't outwork me, but I mean, he's a little bit slower.
I was a big fan of his when he was Son of Havoc there in Lucha.
Right. Yeah. And you know that and you know what was so weird? And I'm going to bring this up again. Last time we were there, Reese, it was hot. It was hot. And that's the reason why we didn't go to Imagine, is because I said I'm not sitting in that hot gym because we know how hot it is. How funny was it? You was the one that was hot and sweating last night, and I wasn't even sweating. And I took a sweat towel, and you said, "Holy shit, is it hot in here?" I wasn't even sweating. It was weird.
Yeah.
I
was sweating.
Now I did start to perspire a little bit towards the end. My forehead got a little moist, but other than that, it was good. Other than that, yeah, you know, other people were soaking wet that was sitting near us, and I was sitting by freaking
half of West Virginia.
Hillbillies from West Virginia.
Hey, is Bubba still in here?
I believe he is. Moist. Yes, he said moist is the trigger word.
Bubba, have you heard of the women's wrestler Pegasus?
Was it Pegasus?
Pegasus and Holly Dead.
Well, I mean, Holly Dead's well known, but Pegasus, I never heard of. He says no, I haven't.
Wow, she has a hard time keeping her clothes on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's okay. I mean, she was covered.
Yeah.
It's no worse than watching Lita back in the day when her and the same thing happened. Her thumb came out. Same thing.
That was the attitude area where her era where.
Yeah. I mean, was you complaining?
I mean, I wasn't cheering.
Well, then we need to sit down and have a little talk, because if you we need to have a talk off camera if you didn't enjoy that guy. But thanks everybody for watching. Jeff, Donnie, Bubba, Rob, everybody. I think it's still going. But I appreciate it. Everybody check out the Hey Guy podcast. Me and Rob, the one with the hot Asian wife, we did a podcast the other night about chicken wings, flats and drums. So sorry, I'm reading comments and on my phone and trying to talk at the same time. But yeah, check that out. Yes, that's Rob. That is Rob, Bubba. Reese, who's the wrestler who says he has a hot Asian wife? Is that
Carl Anderson?
Yes, that's what I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. Yes. But anyway, guys, we're gonna get off of here. Make sure you watch the replay. I'm bashing him about the mail order bride. Are you talking about Jeff, or are you talking about?
He's talking about Springer. You go up in the comments and see. You said about the Asian bride. He went on about mail order brides and stuff.
Okay. Make sure what was I saying? Make sure you go back and watch the replay. Jeff says, "Hey." Watch the replay of this and see our interview with Mike DeAndrea. He is the TikTok guy right now. He is going viral with his LA Knight TikTok, which was absolutely insane. Yes, Jeff, we know you got a mail order bride. It's okay. We know. It's all right. But check that out. He was absolutely awesome to talk to. We talked a little bit of wrestling. We talked a little bit about weather, and little known fact, he has a little bit of a ties to Johnstown, which is pretty cool. I wasn't expecting that. He came to see the Johnstown Chiefs back in the day. So definitely check out the replay, guys. We appreciate you. Also, I don't think that we said this because it's happened after our last one, but we want to congratulate Bubba on his silver medal for best podcast in Pennsylvania or Indiana County or whatever. That's a great accomplishment. Did we talk about that before? I can't remember if we did or not.
Not solely when we were talking to Mike.
No, okay. But anyway, we want to congratulate him on that, which is awesome. Make sure you check him out. You can find all his links on Facebook, and my God, he's the hardest working man in podcast in Pennsylvania and beyond. You know, when he's not doing his own podcast, he's doing somebody else's, one of ours, or somebody else's. Definitely check him out. Now I will tell you this: if you refrain from watching with little kids during Steelers season, that's probably your best bet, because Bubba does tend to go off just a tad bit. If anybody knows Bubba, that's Bubba. And just make sure you have that mute button ready, Reese?
Yeah.
But Bubba's great. We love him. That's awesome. Congratulations to him. Sorry, Jeff. I'm just messing around with you.
But he's not really.
Yeah, not really, because, I'm an asshole. I don't give a shit. But other than that, we appreciate you tuning in, watching you guys do great stuff on all your shows. Thanks, Bubba. Appreciate it. You help us out a lot. But anyway, hopefully next time we can. Let's talk about tomorrow. I almost forgot. Tomorrow. I can't take the. How do I say this? I didn't do the work on this one. It was all you, Reese. I will give you your help me out here. I'll give you your.
So here, I'll just say. So this talent did a virtual signing with I don't know what you want to call him.
You don't even need to call me. It just
with somebody that I follow and buy stuff off of. I was like, I'll shoot my shot and see what'll happen. What's the worst that she'll say? No. I shot her a message and asked if she'd be interested in jumping on the podcast. She's like, yeah. Well,
now, Reese, how long did this take? This took a while.
Oh man, I mean, I'm not gonna get into it, but it's been since about March.
Right.
Back and forth, and then with her going across the country and working in promotions and stuff, the real life got the best of her, and so tomorrow is supposed to be the day.
Yes. So anybody that doesn't know who we're talking about, we are talking about she is a current wrestler for Women of Wrestling. Wow. Her name is Nikki Duke. I'm sorry. Reese, what's her WoW name?
The WoW name is Ariel Sky, and the name that she goes on the indies is Nikki Duke.
Yes, thank you. So pray that we that everything goes well for tomorrow for us. That will not be a live show. That will be a tape show, only because of yes. So that's that. But we are very, very, very excited about that. So
don't drink any caffeine.
He says your ratings will go through the roof.
Well,
we hope
it's worth a shot, guy.
That's right. But other than that, again, we appreciate everybody taking the time and watching us. So for myself, I'm gonna answer for Jay. He appreciates everybody watching. Reese, last words.
Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for dealing with our bullshit.
Yeah. And also, don't forget, tonight's episode was brought to you by Moo Arcade Games in Johnstown. Contact Derek at 814-244-2836 and tell him the shithead sent you. You may get a penny discount. I'm not real sure. But other than that, Reese, what's that saying that we always do when I can't remember?
Top guys.
Top guys out. Have a good night.
Goodbye. And good night.